Hello, look at you with your
I know, I was being all
one
cute
tooth.
over there.
With your one tooth. We live?
Yep.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? What the fact? Live Thursday. Ike's just about on vacation, or actually on vacation. But I came in anyway for today because
For you.
yeah, because I gotta go the extra mile for the peoples. So what's happening? I'm here with. This week I'm here with
Brown Dylan.
Brown Dylan. Last week we had Black Dylan. So, we're catching all the colors.
Yeah. All the shades.
Yeah, getting all the different shades. All right, so we're going to, I don't know what we're doing. What is all this bullshit over here?
I don't know. What do you, Jacob? Do you know why?
Why does everything have
bits?
number 1 and number 2s and what is all this?
Is it
little,
like
there's like little king.
Yeah, like
What is
Are
that?
they like contributor badges or what are those things?
Eric Luttinger is number 3.
Oh, whoa.
Gary Redburn is number 2. Colin is number 1.
I wonder if that's
what
like
i-
a
what are those
ranking
things?
system.
Is this like the first people?
Oh, it is,
Oh,
yeah,
maybe it's the
top
first people that
fans.
came in. Oh, top fans.
Yeah, no.
Oh, he's got 75. Colin
got
James has
75
75
experience
XP
points.
You got 75 XP points. I don't know if you know that.
He completed his first quest.
Yeah. Well, so does Carla and Janice.
It's because they interact with us
Yeah.
in the chat and stuff.
Oh.
I wonder why the rank. I wonder if it's the first 3 that came in there though.
Well, Colin leaves a lot of messages.
He does,
Like
yeah.
he watches the video, then after,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I always. So if I haven't said it, I do appreciate like your additional comment and info afterwards.
Well, yeah, because a lot of
I
times
always
Colin
think it-
actually leads to, because like I mean,
Yeah,
Colin,
very good points.
Yeah, he always leads to good points or good discussions. But he's also what's been nice with Colin is like he goes back to when we were still doing like the regular FAQ. Like
Oh,
when
yeah,
we were
yeah,
filming,
yeah.
And then he usually was always pretty consistent with giving us good questions. So
Yeah.
So he's about to level up.
yeah, for your second quest, go find this guy. I'm just-
Yeah, we need to find a bearded man. Yeah, that's playing Gordon Lightfoot songs.
Yeah, collect 7 Gordon Lightfoot albums and bring
Yeah.
them to yeah.
And bring them to us.
That would be pretty funny.
Yeah. So what's going on? What are we doing?
This week is Mad Professor, but yeah, I don't know if did you end up finding discussion topics or did we end up narrowing one down? I don't really remember.
No, but we just brought up that like True's closing all their
That's- yeah.
tap
Wait a minute,
rooms.
what?
True's closing all their tap rooms. They're not closing like as a business, but they're closing the tap rooms, which sucks.
So the one on Broadway's
I imagine so. Yeah.
good hot chicken.
I know. That's what I was like. I
There's
was
some
like,
good hot chicken
yeah.
over there. I'm not
Well-
saying that's the only thing, but
no, but I was just thinking like, gotta get over there before it's gone.
we might have to go get some hot chicken.
Maybe who knows? Maybe another brewery will move into that spot though. You never know. I mean,
It's a
but
tough-
It's not going to be the same thing though, because like,
No, and it's a tough spot too because parking and all that.
yeah.
Anytime you're on a main street like that, it does get a little.
Well, and it was, I don't know. It was like nice knowing the people that were there and all that stuff too. So I don't know. That sucks. I'll have to talk to Shane about that. I wonder what yeah. Wonder what he's going to end up doing.
Well, there's a
Unless
lot. There's a lot going on in the world with
Well, yeah.
that's happening. So
UMS
that could be.
Yeah,
you know.
the other announcement, was UMS was kind of ending in its current form, whatever that means. But
Yeah, maybe they'll go back to the way it used to be.
Well, that's
more.
what I was gonna say,
I
like,
really like.
Audition for People's Fair?
yeah,
Maybe not back to the inception, but I mean, I
There's
really
no
did
more
like
People's
it.
Fair either.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. There's no more People's Fair. I like that one. Maybe they'll go back to the way it was with like just having different venues, small venues. So, because I mean, that was here's my opinion. Nobody gives a shit.
well, it got bigger
But-
than its britches.
Well, I think when it was at venues, you know what I mean? Like some bands were at Herman's or some bands were at other places. I think it was beneficial to not only the musicians, but also it was beneficial to the businesses involved. So like those bars made money because they were selling beer, and yes, it could be
Well, it was an all
madness
day thing, yeah.
or an all
Yeah.
weekend thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of madness. Maybe logistically it worked better to contain everybody into one central area. But I think for the businesses, especially the bars, I bet you they were really
Well,
real happy for that weekend because they probably did a shit ton of business. And
Oh,
that
yeah.
stuff, you got to remember, like, that stuff makes a huge impact to a small
Oh yeah.
bar or restaurant because they got to, but also at the same time, you're getting a whole bunch of people that have never been there before and then go, I didn't know this place existed. This place is super cool. And that could be potentially
Well, yeah,
helping
because
your
I would
business
say like
longer
Bar
term.
404, like Jacob did sound
Yeah.
last year or the last time, and like I knew the place was there, but I hadn't had a real good reason to go there yet.
Mm-hmm.
And like going there, I was like, okay, well, yeah, I'd come to shows here, and I've been to a few shows since then.
Yeah, it's
there,
a good
so-
little spot. I
yeah.
played open mic there.
Yeah.
But
But like the layout's great, but that's like you said, case in point of like I knew it was there, I just hadn't been there, and then once
Mm-hmm.
I saw it, I was like, okay, this place is actually pretty nice, pretty easy to get to. So yeah,
I
I mean,
say
I
go
think
to-
that's gonna be. To me, I guess it was one of those things. Like I guess I was hoping they would find a balancing point, because it felt like some of the bands that they were putting on, especially this year, some of the bands they're throwing on there are like to me are like too big for that. But then you also end up having these other bands that are not going to get like the same. Because used to like small bands in town would really get quite a bit of exposure from it. Whereas like now because I mean this year is like jam packed, and then most of the bands that anyway that I'd be interested in seeing are like the weirdest times. Like All Them Witches is like the first day at like noon.
Right.
And that's like who's gonna
Yeah,
go?
that's tough.
Yeah, and I mean like to me with the bands that they're playing with that day, within that bracket, like they are one of the bigger ones. So like why are they on at noon? It's just like stuff
But
like that
also-
where I'm like that's a little weird.
But also, it started out as local,
Right. Local
underground
showcase.
music showcase,
Yeah.
like underground music. What is that? That's your local bands that nobody
Yeah.
that have a small following or.
The up and comers.
So it got to the point where now it's like, well, they're bringing in bands. I'm not saying it was a bad thing, so just let me preface that. I'm just saying as it evolved, and it's also, I don't know all the inner workings of that shit, but anyway, you're bringing bands in from like other cities and other
Yeah.
states, and it's like, well,
Yeah, no, it sort of feels like it got. I mean, even though I like some
It's
of
a
those
big-
bands, obviously it feels like it got invaded a bit. But
I mean, if you're gonna do that, then call it something else. If you're just gonna be like Denver's big music bash, then call it that, and then promote the thing and do the big thing. Formerly UMS, and make UMS go back to maybe being locally focused, and and then use that as maybe a catalyst to get to the state, to the other show. Thing.
Maybe that group is gonna split in two, and maybe there'll be big festival with proper headliners and stuff, and then local small festival.
Yeah,
That would be cool.
well, yeah, because like what last year
I'd probably
was
go to the local festival.
Well, yeah, because it wasn't Amel and the Sniffers, wasn't that last year's?
They
like,
were the
ca-
headliners.
yeah, and see that's what I mean. Like they're pretty big at this point. I mean,
And from
like,
Australia.
And from Australia, yeah.
And it's
So and that's where like
It has
yes,
nothing to do with Colorado.
like in the grand
Cool.
scheme of things, they might be underground still, but within like with anybody that's already familiar with that stuff, they're not. But it's one of those things again, like where when I remembered going, it was mostly local bands with maybe like one or two out of state acts that were also very small.
Right.
Whereas like
And they
now
might be
it's
from
almost
Kansas
yeah,
or
now it's
you
almost
know.
dominant. Like I don't even. I mean, there's a few people I know that are playing this year, but not compared to previous years where because I mean
Where it
like,
was
previous
mostly
years,
like the bands we knew that
Yeah.
came through the shop or stuff like that, or just local. You could read through the list and go,
yeah,
most
you'd
of
be
these
like,
are
oh, I
local
know
bands.
These people and these people and
Yeah.
these people and yeah.
So I kind of missed that.
Me too. So yeah, hopefully I guess what do they call it? One door closing is another one opening. Hopefully it'll end up something better.
And
Yeah,
know,
we'll
if
see.
you're more heavier music inclined, we've got the Ghost Canyon Fest to look forward to.
Yeah,
Mhm,
it's coming
yeah.
up in August.
Much
Yeah,
smaller, local.
we're gonna be part of that. We're gonna try to do a live stream when I get back from vacation. I gotta reconnect with those dudes. I might talk to them while I'm on vacation because it was easier.
Can we
Because
do
it was
Church
easier.
Fire?
That would be cool. We could see it. That'd be pretty
They're
cool.
playing the fest.
We'll see. I gotta talk to those guys and see what the part of the
You're
plan
like,
is.
you just want a private church fire show with radio. yeah, yeah. Honestly, though, that would be pretty cool if they would want to do it. Cause like this room's just about perfect size for them, so that'd be kind of cool.
And do a live at local for it.
Gina,
Yeah.
Or live at
Gina
local.
called me, or I gotta talk to Gina today too because she's got something else cooked up already.
Oh yeah,
Oh, nice.
cool.
So I don't know who it is or what it
I
is,
figured
but
that might be a catalyst if it,
well, having Mike Zito here was,
Is it Mark Ziti?
yeah, not Mike Zito, Mark Ziti.
Mark Ziti.
Right. the melted cheese to her. But I don't know what she's got cooked up, so we'll see.
Cool.
But we also got like Robbie from Denver Musical Life is doing a thing here in August as well. So we got some stuff kind of going. If you guys are on the email list, when I get back, we'll start using that a little bit more. I know I've said that for a while, but it's the truth. Because we have to, because we got more things kind of cooking. So.
Was Live at 5 the thing that Alice did at the tavern downtown? That Janice just brought up?
I don't think Janice is local.
Yeah, actually, Janice, where are you from? I should know that, but I
'Cause
don't very often.
we also had a Live at 5.
Oh,
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Yes,
remember
yeah.
that. Yeah, I don't believe Janice is local. I thought for some reason Ohio-ish.
Oh,
Think
yo.
East. Think? I don't.
Oh, Earthquaker country, huh?
So that was kind of cool. Today we had the bass player from Wu-Tang Clan pop in. That's pretty cool. She needed some work done. Sam got her all squared away. So
Yeah, and then she like jammed out in the room for
Yeah.
a little bit. It was kind of interesting. I don't know if she was like doing one part rehearsal, one part, because that's what it seemed like.
Oh,
It seemed
really?
like she was going through
running
a set list.
through her stuff.
Yeah, because like yeah,
Might as
yeah,
well,
it
you
seemed
got
like that's what
time.
she was doing. Because like there was some stuff she was like just
Connecticut,
like
there she-
eyes closed playing. I was like, this is pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Janice is in Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
I knew it was on the East Coast. Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
Ohio.
yeah.
Well, Ohio's not quite East
The
Coast.
landlocked
but-
East Coast.
But compared to Colorado, it's
Yes,
east.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
You know. So, and if you guys are wondering what
Oh,
this
yeah.
is, this is a brand new fiddle that I received from my friends over at. Here, we can do that.
With the new logo.
New
going.
logo, Texas Toast Guitars. I got to chatting with Matt, and I was telling him how I wanted I was thinking about getting an SG because we had an SG come in the shop, and I'm like, I really don't have one. I'd like to get one. One thing led to another,
Yeah, that turned out great.
and I have a new SG. This is mine. Well, it's not an SG. They call it the prostitute. So I got a new white prostitute. So there's that. Well, you know how the guys name stuff. So, because Jim Jam Jimmy's got the purple prostitute,
Oh yeah. That is
and that one's
actually a
got
cool
like
guitar, yeah.
that one's got like a pinstripe on it and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But this thing's really cool.
Yeah, to me that one always looked like if Billy Gibbons like had an SG.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So I'm trying to get it out of the way. Sorry, I'm not trying to put it in your face.
There you go.
Yeah, so this thing came out really cool. Kind of an antique whitish, thin paint. I don't know, Tone Pros, I think. And then I got hip shot tuners, foam
what
nut.
pickups did you go with the Reverend ones?
So I put the Reverend
Yeah.
HA5s in here because I was like, they're like, it's ready for pickups. And I was sitting at the house going, well, I got a set of pearly gates. I was like, maybe I could do those, but I didn't have I only had pearly gates with the black. I didn't have chrome covers.
Oh, sure, okay.
So I was like,
On
I
phone
want,
cover.
yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
I want covers. And then I had a set of, another set of Reverend rail hammers, but I didn't want to go with that. And then I had what else did I have? I had a set of something else, but I didn't know, I can't remember which ones they were. And then I was like, well, I got these, these sound good in the Chargers, in the Reverend, so I'm like, let me just give them that and we'll,
Well, yeah, no, they're a good version of a PAF.
yeah, and I was like, that's kind of what I want. So I'm like, let me just do that, and we'll see how it goes, because I could always change them out if I don't,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So here we go.
I had to approve Eric's comment.
Which was, I can't see it. Eric, who?
Yeah,
Wettinger.
it's not in there.
I don't see it.
Oh, that is one nice looking prostitute.
Oh, okay.
Ah, oh yeah, they make you. You can't even say that on their interwebs anymore. They'll probably ban this because I just said prostitute 3 times.
I mean, maybe one will show up like Beetlejuice.
Yeah, but that might be scary.
I'm going on
Yeah.
vacation. I don't need herpes before I go on vacation, right?
We'll just
We
start
don't
with
need- we don't-
all
yeah.
of the diseases.
Yeah, all
and
of the
like-
things.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to have a little fun while you're on vacation? Yeah. Here, take these pills. Here, wash yourself with this.
Apparently, even with approving it, YouTube didn't like that comment.
Yeah,
No.
apparently, yeah.
Huh?
I think we vetoed your okay on this. Alright, well, yeah, did we have anything else that we, in terms of topics? Actually, does the audience have any topics? that
Yeah, do you
came-
guys have
anything that came
any
up this-
questions?
That or just anything questions or anything that more, came up over the last week or two? It's getting
I hate that one.
Yeah. Oh man, this one had 2 of them on there. Yeah, we'll see.
It too is.
Yeah.
It too had a prostitute.
Yeah.
Wrap it up, kids.
Double wrap. All right. Yeah. What are we doing?
But it is 4:30, so.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Let's play some. Let's play some stuff then.
Yeah. So yeah, we basically ended up deciding to do Mad Professor today because we finally got him back in after a little lull. I can't remember. Did you say they did change ownership recently?
Yes.
Yeah.
There has been an ownership change.
Yeah.
That's why we're kind of going direct, because they're based out of
Is it Sweden?
Finland.
Or Finland. Oh, Finland.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that reminds me, I got to pay for the symbol
Oh, okay.
because they
yeah.
shipped all the other stuff that was an extra, and then I'm a little behind because I'm trying to get out of Dodge on vacation, so I'm trying to do a little extra work on the van and stuff like that. So I still actually have to do work shit, so I got to remember to pay them for that pedal.
Okay. That's kind of interesting. Colin said Dream Theater played Pompeii yesterday and apparently played Echoes in its entirety.
Really?
Cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know you could still do a thing like that there.
I was just gonna say I wasn't sure what you were allowed to do there anymore.
It's a full-on concert venue.
Oh, is it now?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think they let you sit in the seats, but it's all
It's-
like,
yeah.
standing room.
Huh. That's pretty cool. It's gotta feel interesting playing a place like that, I imagine.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because it's interesting, like Earthless, they're getting ready to go back to Australia, and I forgot, one of the promoters ended up actually working it out, because they have a song called Uluru Rock, but they're actually going to play it now at the base of Uluru Rock as the backdrop.
Cool.
And I'm like, that's actually pretty cool, because apparently nobody's ever really done that before, so should be kind of cool.
Be awesome.
Yeah.
Fun shows. There's some crowd footage, is what he said.
Okay.
I'll have to check that
I
out.
wonder, yeah, I guess maybe Colin might know if they're going to do an actual, like, it must be a release. I would imagine doing something like that, they got to do a release, but
Yeah.
like a pro shot release. Okay, yeah, so back to Mad Professor.
Yeah.
Mad Professor
Sorry, you're gonna have to
is-
keep me on track because
Yeah,
I'm
no, it's-
fucking tired as piss. So.
So I was just, I guess you could talk about the Sweet Honey Overdrive, because I feel like that's kind of the pedal that got us into Mad Professor.
So
That was the gateway Professor.
actually, that was a friend of mine was playing that one night, and then I was like, "What was that drive? That sounds really good." So I looked on his board, saw it, and I'm like, Mad Professor. Then started looking those guys up, and then I was like, we should probably get these guys in. These are good pedals, and I've had the Sweet Honey Overdrive on my board I've done the thing trying to switch them out, and I always seem to end up going back to that one. Now I do stack it with other stuff, but I just like that basic overdrive sound is pretty killer. I don't know what it's based on, so don't ask.
Yeah, that's honestly one of those ones where like I kind of don't care anymore what it's based on, because it's like it's just a good drive, and like that's almost all you really need to know about it. Because it's like it doesn't really remind me too much. I mean, it reminds me of things here and there, but nothing like too. It's not like it's just overtly a copy of something. So
And their copy is really vague.
Yeah, their
Yeah,
wording.
yeah.
Yeah, they tend to be playing it pretty safe with that. So
I
Yeah,
was
so
trying to figure out like what the royal blue is and the
yeah, because I
symbol.
thought maybe that was like a King of Tone or Prince of Tone, because it's like it's the colors, it's
Right.
royal.
Oh,
you
I think
know,
the
so-
symbol-
breaker probably.
Yeah, and that's what.
King of
Yeah, and that was where was
Yeah.
where mine went. My mind went with that one, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, royal blue.
Tone.
Yeah.
Symbol, I think you can figure that one out, right?
Well,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yeah. That was the most obvious one, obviously.
So is the honey overdrive maybe a Klon-ish? Or is
To
it-
me, it's a little too driven for a clone. Like it's hence the name. I was gonna say it is a little sweeter, like a little smoother than a clone. Like a clone, clones to me are weird because like I don't know. There are obviously some big differences between everybody's takes on a clone, but most of the time, like people that end up with clones, because like Goots and I were kind of talking about this the other day. It's like yes, they're not necessarily transparent like they get called, but they are the most neutral of the overdrives. Like I feel like clones are the most neutral. Like yes, you do get a spike in mids, but I think that's more of a perceptual change. Because like when you spike the volume on anything, you feel like you get more mids. So
Yeah.
to me, I think it's more of a perceptual thing than it is like an actual EQ shift. Whereas like the Sweet Honey, to me, because I feel like that was like when you ended up kind of going back and forth between that one and the Dude. Like that one had more of that like smoother, slightly more compressed kind of thing going on.
Mhm.
But yeah, I guess we'll find out here in a moment.
Yeah, you wanted to start with
Yeah,
that?
let's hear it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think we're on. We on?
Go ahead if you want to see. Started to hear something. Did everybody make it down the line? Let's find out.
Okay. Is the outputting? Is the inputting? Are the snozzberries taste like snozzberries?
And the tuner, you were hitting the tuner at least?
Yes, bypassed.
But I mean, like, can you tune?
Oh, actually, good point. Yes. So yeah, inputs working.
So input's in, output's not outputting?
And then now turn the tuner.
Is the amp plugged in?
Yeah, it's on, isn't it?
I don't think so.
Here's not plugging.
Welcome, folks.
No. Okay.
Hey, did you see it? Did you guys check if it was plugged in?
We've got too many lights.
Yeah, you guys are all... There we go.
Okay.
That sounds lovely.
So there's a clean tone.
That's what you get.
It's interesting. I feel like the focus control kind of adds more like almost like high-end grit rather than
Yeah, it's more on the
Yeah, it's not like a tone control. It's more like just adding like
kind of tightens it up a little bit, but on the
makes it a little
like upper
crispier.
mid
Yeah.
area to. Yeah, I'm a big fan. It's a good drive.
Just a little delay.
I don't remember. Yeah. It'd take me a minute to remember where that goes. Ugh.
So is the cymbal new? Like new?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fairly new pedal for those guys. That's why we were able to get one, and then we had to wait for the other one that I ordered.
And is the Royal Blue also new?
No, Royal Blue's been out for a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the only one I haven't heard before is the cymbal.
It's been a very dumbly kind of year.
It has been a very dumbly year.
I almost misspoke.
I think that sounds pretty good too.
It's interesting, the accent control, I feel like 90% of what it does starts here and like ends here. But it is interesting because it takes it from kind of I don't know, a little thuddier to a little bit snappier, but like I didn't feel like back here did much.
I feel like I'm completely out of my shit over here.
Yeah, it's like kind of nothing.
It gives you that kind of a harder bite.
Yeah. Contour actually feels like this. Focus control.
Eric asked, is that color a special request or something that was, I don't know if they always use it, so I kind of wanted something that was an antique white-ish, kind of yellowy type thing. And this is kind of what they came up with, which is, it's not like an Arctic white, so it's not
Yeah,
pure white.
it does almost look like something Chris maybe put together himself.
Yeah,
but-
Chris might have been like,
Yeah,
and that's where we are.
yeah.
Because I was kind of looking for, kind of like that Telly Deluxe over there that you can't see because it's off camera.
It's
Well,
in this
like-
light, like on this angle, it almost has that buttercream kind of thing.
Yeah, it's
and
kind of that.
because it's like not too yellow though, but it's also like you said, it's not like an Olympic white, like a normal SG, like a Gibson SG would be.
Yeah, and that's what I was kind of like. I don't want. I didn't want it to be too yellow, but I also didn't want it to be too white. So, and we got this, and I like it. I think it. Well, I'm just saying. Like I think
Yeah,
it's awesome.
yeah.
You know, it's like because I like white SGs because like everything looks cool with them, but they're too like.
To me, they're too,
Alpine-
almost like too nice, like too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't.
Like you need a tux to play.
Yeah, like it's just a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
bit too nice. Whereas like I need something that's a little. I need something that's got cigarette, like nicotine.
It's already been
stain.
smoked in.
Yeah, nicotine stain color. So it looks really cool. I mean, it's hard to tell on camera, but
Apparently, it's Flipside white.
yeah,
There
flip
you
side
go,
white.
yeah.
I'll take that. Who's calling me? Leave me alone.
So on their website, it says the legendary transparent overdrive for that pedal.
For the symbol?
Yeah, which sounds more.
That sounds like they're trying to
sounds-
describe a clon, but
Yeah.
Right.
And it does have that kind of clon-y thing.
it's not stiff enough to be a clon. But maybe. Maybe they're just trying to mess with everybody with the name, the description, just.
If you
They
roll
could,
back the
yeah.
gain, does it do the boosty thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it boosts it right to the bottom.
No, it really, it almost has no volume on tap, so, yeah.
Because it doesn't have that round, smooth thing that
Well,
like do some like fishy Grateful Deady line, like mix it, play some mix a little. It's missing that like
yeah, no, it's not as compressed and it's not as full, but.
yeah.
Well, I'll say
It
too,
still
like,
sounds nice.
it does sound nice, but I would say it's probably like half the gain of something like the Dude or the HRM or something, so. Because to me, honestly, like, the Dude is still that's still the measuring stick for all dumbbell pedals, but.
Yeah, I still like that pedal too. I plugged that in the other day too, going.
Yeah, the Dude is just.
I'm like, I'm gonna have
yeah.
to put this back.
Yeah, it's.
Because I'm
just-
taking shit with me,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna probably take either my Telly or I might even take this, and a small board in the Pro Junior.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I got a couple friends that are like,
Yeah.
you know, that way it's like, well, want to get together or hit a jam or something while I'm home.
Yeah.
You know, like, might as well. Instead of me playing the piece of shit Squire that's been leaning
you
up in
left
the
it, yeah,
closet
yeah,
there
yeah.
that I left there 4 years ago, that always needs a setup and always needs new strings by the time I get there, because nobody's played it. You know,
They're all rusted out. 'cause
It's all-
the East Coast.
yeah, because it's shit. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna either, I might take this. I don't know. I'll take this or I'll take my ASAP and a board. So I might put the dude back on the board before I go. Oh yeah, give me a little of that
Some Ottawa.
Ottawa, little Canadian pedal. Ooh, it darkens the shit out of it, doesn't it? Well, that was me. I was
No,
turned-
but this
turned
is
low.
still like I'm.
It's pretty.
You know, I would say
There's a lot going on
to
there.
dial in Ottawas, you almost have to have somebody playing. Cause like to me, I personally struggle to get Ottawas to like do exactly what you want. When you're trying to, you know, it's like everything's too far or too less, and like because you can't do both at the same time. I'm just
get
saying
you.
it's helpful. Cause I was like, I forgot that thing had that kind of range on it.
Yeah, it's kind of, you know.
See, because now you don't know what's gonna happen, right? Oh.
Just because we were at Metallica
Yeah.
this weekend, so. It kind of works. It kind of does. So. So,
Resonance is gonna be how big of an ass on it do you want? So it's like kind of not much, and as you kind of go up, it'll get thinner.
so just a little bit more.
It just kind of thins out. Yeah. So that kind of keeps it more
I like a medium ass.
medium. Okay.
Maybe a little more ass.
Okay.
No, a little less.
Okay.
There we go.
And the other part would be because the bias has a pretty big deal too. Because like if you pull that'll give it some push. Also, if you pull that back,
I think I like that at about 2.
right about there.
There's a little fuzz in there though, right?
Well, that's kind of the bias, yeah.
Yeah. lot of fun.
Yeah, I'll give it a go before.
Yeah, sorry.
Almost out of time.
Yeah, sorry. I basically just talked. I'm sorry. That's a fun pedal. Usually I hate auto lines. Does it have a momentary switch or is it just on or off?
I think it's on and off, yeah.
I really like this. I mean, that would sound pretty cool. It's like really heavy bass.
Actually, what?
It works.
It does kind of work a little
It
bit.
does. It works.
It seems to like that.
I was gonna say that it's well, and it's really reactive to the pick attack with this one in particular because it's like.
We haven't tried the Royal
Oh
Blue
no,
yet.
we should, yeah.
Yeah, let's do
We got
that.
about 3 minutes.
Holy shit! That was loud.
Is that me? Oh,
Holy shit!
sorry. Here, let me make sure
The
everything's
Royal Blue is
It's got some
Royal
volume.
got some ass. It got a little ass to it.
It's not your it's not your mama's blues breaker.
Yeah. Literally like twice the volume of both of these. That sounds really good, actually. Yeah. If it is King of Tone adjacent, I would take that more than what I've heard from a King of
Ah, I forgot that 12 is here now.
Yes, no, the neck, yeah. on an
This is
SG,
screwed. I keep going
Yeah.
here because I'm so used to it
having
being
to get
there.
closer to the body.
Yeah, like I'm
yeah.
used to it. So the 12 is here now.
Yeah.
So mean, I got that one too.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh. That's really good.
I might have to revisit that.
That's
pedal.
really good.
I might have to revisit that because maybe what I was playing it through just wasn't giving me,
And maybe just works with that guitar.
and it could. Maybe,
See with this one.
yeah. See how that does.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it
Still
needs like a
sounds
little
pretty
bit
good.
more.
It just needs a little more.
Yeah, that sounds
The deep blue delay sounds really good too.
really. Yeah.
All right, we got to wrap it. So the deep blue delay sounds really good too. That also is Matt Schofield uses the deep blue delay. So
Yeah,
if you
that
guys
was
are aware
the-
who Matt Schofield is,
Well, that was the one they were most pressured to bring back because it did have a very brief period where it was out of production.
That's
That
a-
was the one they got like the most demand for. So.
yeah, they make really good pedals. So if you guys aren't like aware of them, check them out. Also, go check out my friends over at Texas Toast Guitars. They're doing a live stream right after us right now. And if you need one of these, call Matt and he'll make one.
Yeah.
He might even make you an Explorer.
Oh, I know. Okay. Just gotta get them damn parts because honestly, at this point, I was like,
It's been
if
like
know.
4 years.
I
Tell
know.
Coleman you won't be here next week.
What's that?
Coleman wants to discuss the SG more. But
You can always email me, Colin, just because I'm going on vacation. I'm leaving Saturday to go back to New York. So if you want to, you
this
can
guitar
call
will
me.
show up again though.
Yeah, this will
Yeah.
be around. I got a feeling that this. So I know we're done, but I'll give you 2 seconds.
It's like you can tune out now. If
You can
want,
tune out
but-
now if you want. This will be a story time with Ike. Anyway, I think everybody has guitars that like you really like. There's guitars that you like grow into. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, for me, like Strats were one like I started with, but I didn't appreciate until much later.
yeah,
Like,
and
it
then
took me a while to learn to love a Strat, but now I really love them.
but also like guitars. So what I'm kind of getting at is like when you pick up a guitar and you're like you get it and you're like, yes,
Yeah.
like right out of the gate, you're like it already feels like a comfortable shoe.
And it
You
makes
know, it already
play something you wouldn't normally play, or play it in a way that you wouldn't play.
yeah. So I've been playing it since I got it. I haven't stopped,
that's when you know.
and I'm like. And I got a ton of guitars too, and I'm like, this thing it's different. It sounds great. It feels really great. So I got a feeling like this one will be around. You'll see this one more.
Well, and honestly, SGs are one of those ones too. Like, there's not many guitars that are easier to play. Like, everything's in the right
Start doing some more
spot. Everything's
Sabbath-y
smaller. Everything. It's just
Start doing the Sabbathy things because now I got access.
Yeah,
So
yeah. No, they're great.
anyway, super killer guitar. This is not. Yes, it is in the shape of, rhymes with, if you will, but it's not. You don't have. It's got a nice volute on the back. This guitar actually is a fatter neck, a little bit fatter neck than a normal SG.
Yeah.
Tapers down to being thin.
You don't have the weird brake angle. You got a better brake
Yeah.
angle for the headstock.
I mean, this is almost dead straight.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very slight. I think it's 7% that they
Yeah,
use.
compared to what Gibson would use.
Yeah, so I think these are 7 or 5 or 7. I don't remember exactly. But anyway, so you're not really like, oh my God, sweating it as much. This is a little bit of a fatter neck than normal, but Mac can make whatever you want. So if you want one, come and get you some. All right,
Sweet.
that's it. We're gonna go. Have everybody have a good 4th. Don't blow your fingers off.
You need those to play guitar.
You need those
Yeah.
to play guitar unless you're playing with this hand, you know, like, unless,
Unless you're Django
make sure
on
you
this.
can,
Yeah.
the only fingers you
Or
can,
Tony.
yeah, the only fingers you could blow off are these 3.
On
Just
that
saying,
hand.
on this hand.
Yeah.
So right hand, these 3, those are the only ones that you can, if you know, if you're playing with fireworks, because you still can then grab the thing and do the thing. I mean, you could Django Reinhardt the deal or
Yeah, just
something.
2-finger it.
Dude, Slade with less than.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I mean, he's kind of the one, like, it's funny because Iomi still does, like, classes and, like, talks and stuff, and it's always one of those things where he's like, I refuse to hear anybody say they can't, because he's like, after watching Django, he's like, you'll never feel like that again. All right, well, cool. Well, everybody have a good weekend. We'll see you in some form next week.
See you guys later. I might even do it.
On the flip side.
I might even, on the flip
Yes.
side, I might even do a little video from the road.
Nice.
Maybe. I don't know. I might stop at some stores or something.
Oh, yeah, that'd
That'd
be
be
pretty
cool.
cool. That'd be
Maybe.
cool.
I don't know. It'll depend on, you know,
That or some pedal makers or something along the way or something.
maybe I'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing yet, so.
Cool.
All right.